Welcome to Chisholm Trail 61. Today we're doing one of my favorite desserts. We're doing the King's recipe. By the King, I'm talking about Elvis Presley. We're going to do Elvis Presley's Jailhouse Rock Cake. I'm going to show you how to do that coming up right now. Okay, first thing we're going to need to do, you need to get you just a white cake mix. It doesn't matter what brand white cake mix you use, just a plain white cake mix. And what we're going to do, we're going to just pretty much do it by the directions on the package, the box there. We got one white cake mix. I got 3/4 of a cup of milk. Now on the box it calls for water, but I like to use milk because milk just makes it, to me, makes it more fluffy. I got a 1/4 cup of oil. And I got 3 eggs that I beaten up there. I'm just going to pour them in there. And I like to mix my eggs and milk and all that together before I add it to my cake mix. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm just giving it a little mix just to get it mixed together. That way it mixes better in the cake mix. Get that knocked off there. And we're just going to pour it in on the cake mix. And then we're just going to use a hand mixer and mix it up. Just get it mixed up really well. There we go. Now, once we get that mixed up really well, you can see we got it mixed up smooth there. We got us a 9 by 13 dish here. And what we're going to do, we're just going to pour a cake into our 9 by 13 pan. This is a really simple cake. This recipe, I had been thinking about doing this recipe for a while, and one of my subscribers, Nick, if you out there watching this, you know I'm talking about you, sent me this recipe and said, man, so that sure does look good. I told him, I said, no, I was just thinking about doing the video on that here in a couple of weeks. And his comment to me was, great minds think alike. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not so sure about that part as far as I go, but you know. Anyway, what we want to do now, we're just going to bake this cake per our package instructions. Once it gets done, we're going to completely let it cool, and then we'll bring you back. Okay, we got our cake out of the oven there. It's completely cooled down over there, and we're going to move back over in a minute. But the next step we need to do here on the stove. So what we got here, we have 8 ounces of crushed pineapple with the juice. We're going to put into a saucepan, and we're going to turn our saucepan heat up on about medium high there. 8 ounces of crushed pineapple with the juice. Here we have 1 cup of granulated sugar. We're going to dump in. And we got a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract we're going to dump in. And what we're going to do, we're going to give this a good stir here. Get it mixed up. And what we're going to do, we're going to bring this up to a boil, just a light boil, and we're going to just let it simmer there, really just a simmer. We're going to let it simmer for about 2 minutes, and then at the end of that 2 minutes, we're going to take it over. We'll move back over to the island, and we'll show you what we're going to do with this on the cake over there. But we're just going to stir this occasionally, pretty regularly here, so that, you know, we don't let our sugar burn. We want to get all of our sugar and stuff dissolved in it. We're going to bring it, like I said, up to a boil, and then we're going to cut our heat down, and we're going to let it simmer for about 2 minutes, stirring it pretty regular, and then we'll bring you back. Okay, we got our pineapple mixture off of the stove over there. We let it boil for a couple of minutes there, a good simmer while we stirred it. And you see, we got our cake here, and we've got it's completely cooled. And what we've done, we took a wooden spoon, and I'll show you here. We took a wooden spoon and we just poked us holes all in it. No particular rhyme or reason as to the pattern of a hole or anything like that. And all we want to do now, we're just going to take our mixture here. We're just going to pour it over the top of our cake. Just making sure that we get it, some of it run down in the holes of our cake there. We just want to sort of spread it around, you know, get it poured over the top here. Just making sure that some of it gets down in every hole there. I'm going to get all of our pineapple out of there. Get it over out of the way. And I'm just going to sort of spread this around some, just to be sure that we get a little bit in each and every hole in our cake. Just like so. Now we want to just set this over out of the way for just a minute here. And we're going to bring us a bowl over. And what we got here, we got an 8-ounce bar of cream cheese. We're going to dump in there, and that cream cheese is softened. It's been setting out for probably about an hour there, softening. We got 1 stick of butter that's softened. It's been setting out as well. It's just room temperature. And we're going to take our mixer, and we're going to sort of just get down in there and just sort of mash that together like that to start off with, so we don't get sling it out. And we're going to cream this. Now I'm going to start rake my pan down. You always want to, when you're mixing anything like this, you always want to rake the inside of your pan down to make sure that you get it all mixed up good. Because some gets left up on the side and then on the bottom of the pan and stuff, and if you don't get it all, then you really ain't doing no good. You know, you don't want a chunk of butter somewhere, but by the same token, you don't want a chunk of cream cheese somewhere neither. You know, somebody get a big bite of just pure cream cheese, that's not going to be good. We're just creaming it up. You see how it's getting creamy there? You see how it looks like it's creamy there? It's not chunky or hard anymore. And what we got here, we got 3 cups of powdered sugar. Now we're just going to put a little bit at a time in, probably about 1/3 of it in here. And then starting slow, we're going to work that in. We're going to stop. We're going to put a little bit more in. And start slow again. Don't want to start fast, because if you start fast, you're going to have powdered sugar blowed everywhere. And right at this point, you know, we're not so much on trying to get it mixed well. We just want to get it mixed good. And we're going to put the last of our powdered sugar in, and we're going to set that over out of the way. And we're going to go real easy here, start off. Now I want to rake the sides of my bowl down again. Make sure we get all that powdered sugar in there, mixed in. We want all that goodness in there. And you see how creamy it is there now. Getting really creamy, and that's what we want. We want it to get good and creamy. This is going to be our frosting for our cake. We're going to set that aside. I'm going to get them out of there. Get them out of there so that they don't drip everywhere. And what I got here, I got 2 cups of just pecans. That's just in pieces, little pieces, broke up in little bitty pieces. We're going to dump them 2 cups in there. We're going to dump a half teaspoon of vanilla extract in. We're just going to fold this in. Get it folded in and mixed well. Sort of hold that up so y'all can see what we're doing there. We're just coming around, turning it over and cutting down through the middle. Now, granted, this is probably not the most healthy cake in the world, but I guarantee you it's a good tasting cake. There's what it should look like whenever you get done. There you can see the pecans, and all your pecans are mixed in well, coated well. We're just going to set it over. We're going to pull our cake back over here. I'm going to set this mixer back there out the way where y'all can see what I'm doing there. We're going to take our mixture here, our frosting that we made. We're just going to sort of sprinkle it out on the top so we can spread it around. Spread that out. We just want to spread it out to the edge there. Jailhouse Rock Cake. Elvis Presley's favorite cake of all time. Story goes that he really loved this cake, and that's why he named it. He called it his Jailhouse Rock Cake. You know, Jailhouse Rock was one of his most famous songs, you know, I mean, one of his top songs ever. And so that's why he called this cake his Jailhouse Rock Cake. That, and I'm sure because of all the nuts and things in it, you know, it's like, you know, you would think, you know, of them like rocks. They could be like rocks, you know, but they're not crunchy. I mean, like anything, they sort of get soft in the frosting. And it really turns out good. But anyway, you just get that spread around as evenly as you can there, just like that. And y'all know I'm going to be licking that bowl. And here we got 1 cup of pecans the same way. We're going to take and just sprinkle them around over the top here. Just like so. Now what we need to do, we need to set this in the refrigerator and let it chill for about 6 hours. If we can wait that long. About 6 hours. And let it chill and all the flavors meld together. And then we're going to bring y'all back and we're going to cut into it and we're going to see what it looks like and tastes there. So we'll see y'all in just a few minutes to y'all, but it'll be about 6 hours to us. Okay, we got our Elvis Presley Jailhouse Rock Cake out of the refrigerator there. It's been sitting in there. Actually, we only left it sitting in there about 3.5 hours because I'm ready to eat a piece of it. Done waited about as long as I can. We're going to cut it open. We're going to see what there is to it. Man, this thing does look good. I ain't joking. I'm going to cut a couple of pieces of it here. So maybe I can get a piece dipped out without breaking it all to pieces. Man, what you talking about? How do they say it? Nick Gunner, this piece is for you. He's the one that sent me this, my buddy Nick there. I have to get rid of that. That's in there tight. Fit in there tight. Fit in that pan tight. That pan wasn't hardly quite really big enough for it. Oh man, look at there though. Look at there. I bet that's gonna be some good eating right there. Them pecans, that cream cheese, and pineapples down in that cake. Let's see what it tastes like. That's worth the wait there. I guarantee you that's a good cake right there. I see why Elvis Presley liked it so well now. Hey, if you would, give the old video a thumbs up there. Like, share, comment, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all of you do. We appreciate all of you take time every day to watch our videos. Elvis Presley's Jailhouse Rock Cake. We'll see you on the next one.